This is my response to paper number 2. Okay, in paper number 2, in the first paragraph, the student talks about 3 different things, I think. First is the reason why the student is attracted to the field of communication, and that's because to the student, or in the student's opinion, communication is such a broad field, and it can mean a range of things to different people. And the second item the student talks about is the students need to advocate for other people and for what the student feels is right. And the third item that he or she is talking about is that the student wants to be in public relations for his or her job in the future. And I think the reason why the student is talking about the need, okay, to advocate for others, and why the student is attracted to the field of communication is because ultimately the student wants to say, hey, I want to be in PR because of these 2 reasons, okay? Because the student is attracted to the field of communication, and also because the student has a need to advocate for others, okay? But by the way it's written in the first paragraph, it's such connection is not really clear. So I think it'd be a lot better if the student can actually move the last sentence, okay, to the very first of the paragraph and say something like, I aspire to be in PR because of 2 reasons, okay? First, it's because I am attracted to the field of communication because I like the field, okay? I like the field of communication. And second, it's because I have the need to advocate for others. I think putting it that way makes it clear why the student is talking about these two items. Okay, one is the reason, and the second is the need for to advocate others. Okay, so that's my comment for the first paragraph. And in the second paragraph, the student moves on to a different topic, which is the description of the department, the communication department at UMass, and what kind of research is being done in the department. And the student actually makes a statement while making the description of the department. Student makes a statement that goes that human interaction is declining. But I'm not sure if that statement is actually correct. I think the student is kind of just assuming that, hey, it's people are more engaging in communication technologies, therefore human interaction is declining. Okay, but I'm not sure if that assumption is actually correct, because some scholars actually argue that human interaction is actually increasing because of communication technologies. Okay, and they would use examples of social media such as Facebook and YouTube and others, and they kind of like argue by using examples of how such social media actually bringing people, okay, or how such internet technologies actually facilitate, okay, offline meetings in real life. Okay, so I don't know. For now, it's not clear to me. I mean, to my knowledge, actually, communication technologies increase human interaction. So the student needs to actually check upon his or her assumption that human interaction is declining in today's society because of I don't know, because of the increase of technology. Okay. So check that before you write such a. It's a very strong statement. So before you make that kind of strong statement, it's better to check whether the statement is actually correct or not. Okay. All right, and in the third paragraph, the student explaining how the knowledge and skills that the student is learning in the Department of Communication will be beneficial in the future for the student's professional goal. Okay, and the student talks about two different things. One is the student's past experience of working at Coolidge Dickinson Hospital as an intern. So that's a past example. And another thing that the student talks about is the student's future career goals, of which one is to work at a non-profit organization, such as a hospital. Okay. So I think the student needs to make it clear how the past experience of working at Coolidge Dickinson Hospital, how that's related to the student's desire to work in a hospital in the future. Okay, so perhaps the student can say something between these two, something like, I don't know, I worked at Coolidge Dickinson Hospital and I liked that experience. So in the future, I want to work in a similar field, such as hospital. I think such a bridge or connection would make it clear. Okay. And last comment is please include page numbers. Okay, I just wrote the page numbers for the students, and to include a title for a paper. Okay. For now, the paper doesn't have any title except a generic one, or I don't know if it's even a title. Personal reflection essay. Okay. Since the paper is talking about the students interested in working at a hospital, specifically in terms of PR, a potential title would be, I don't know, something like my goal of working at a hospital in the PR department. Okay. Alright, so that's all for comment. Thank you for giving me a chance to read your paper.